2818.
Good morning. We want to welcome you this morning to our Drainage District Board of Directors meeting, posted for today, February the 6th, 2018. The entire court being present, we have a quorum. Please join us in prayer.
Thank you, Judge. Let's pray. Father God, we again thank you for a beautiful day that you've given us, Lord. Thank you for the opportunity to come serve you today, Lord. We continue to ask for your wisdom, your guidance, your blessing, and more importantly, your peace, Lord, for these judge and 4 commissioners that you've elected, Lord, to lead this great county of ours. Give them the peace that comes from your Son, Lord, as they make these decisions that affect us all, Lord. We continue to lift up those that are battling illness, Lord. Lift them up to you, Lord, for healing, your healing hand. We pray for Virginia Townsend, Lord, and everyone that's battling illness, Lord. Pray for their families that may comfort them and be there with them, Lord. We continue to ask for your wisdom for myself, Lord, for all the leaders of this great county, Lord, that we may look to you when we make the decisions. Continue to pray for our staff, for all our workers, Lord, that we continue to work as is working for you, Lord. I thank you for your Son, Jesus, and it's his name that I pray. Amen.
Under open forum, did anyone sign up? All right, the first presenter is Mary Sandoval.
Buenos días, mi nombre es María Sandoval.
Buenos días.
Y venimos aquí a pedir por el drenaje y a darles gracias al comisionado José Palacios. Me puse nerviosa. Gracias, estoy.
Muy bien.
Good morning. My name is Maria Sandoval. I live in Precinct 4, and I just I'm here to give thanks to the Commissioner Joseph Palacios for the drainage that got fixed in our area, in our colonias. And I'm already nervous, but thank you so much for fixing our drainage.
You're welcome. Next presenter is Casey Fletcher.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. For the record, Tennessee Fletcher. I'm from Precinct 2, Eddie Cantu. And we anxiously await the development of the administration center that's under the county ownership and control. We're trying to establish a neighborhood eco park, serve ecotourism too. It's a $500 million industry, and it extends, all the way up and down the valley. I'd also like to say we're in the drainage district portion of the meeting, right? Well, I think it's appropriate for your consideration for the Rio Grande Valley Medical School District, or whatever it's going to come out to be. Please don't further drain our pocketbooks with any more taxes on that. And back to the administration area, there's an ideal situation for the neighborhood to benefit from the quality of life that a waterside walkway to far better health would be in Precinct 2 in that area. But right now, you may or may not know that the whole drainage way, it is being used by the neighborhood, but it's a trespassing situation. So there's some legalities that have to be made. And we're especially interested in really anticipating the crossing of the linear parkway. It's being completed in San Juan, and to connect with Farr and McAllen, there has to be some tunnels constructed. So we hope that situation is all straightened out to increase our quality of life. And just to let you all know, the Buell Green, it's the designation now, the official name for the high school, it's alternative high school in FAR, is growing native trees. So we're going to have native trees to place there, because one native tree produces one berry feeds one bird, and flowers feed the butterflies, and that contributes to the ecotourism. So thank you very much for your attention.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Excuse me. Item 4, Judge, approval of consent agenda.
Any concern?
No, sir.
So moved.
That I'm aware of.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 5, requesting authority to advertise and approve a procurement packet, i.e. legal notice, specifications, draft contracts, etc., as attached here too for Dow County Drainage District Number 1, sale and removal of field dirt located at Mercedes East Lateral, approximately 1,320 feet west of Mile 3 West to Mile 2 West, RFP number ACDD 1-18-012-0226, including the re-advertisement of the project. The event bids are rejected or no bids are received, and project is still required.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 6, approval of agreement for temporary construction easement between ACD number 1 and Foremost Paving Inc. as it relates to the Mile 3 and Abram Road RDF project, and authority for chairman of the board to execute documents pending final legal review.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Oh, thank you. Just for the benefit of the public, we're laying a storm sewer line into one of our redetention facilities in Precinct 3 for some development that's taking place in that area, so to allow for drainage to get to our new facility. So, item 7, requesting approval of closing documents of parcel 25 as it relates to Chavez Drain Phase 2 project, and authority for the chairman of the board to execute documents pending final legal review.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 8, requesting approval of final negotiated professional service agreement subject to legal review with LNG Consulting Engineers, Inc., DBA LNG Engineers, as it relates to professional engineering services, Wesco North Lateral Ditch 350, 47, 7V, 17B, 2818 extension, and 7T, Strange Area Improvements, contract CHCD 1-18-004-0206, approval for negotiations by the board, December 12, 2017.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 9, requesting approval of final negotiated professional service agreement, subject to final legal review with Millennium Engineers Group as it relates to professional construction material testing services on call for Dow County Drainage District Number 1 projects, approved for negotiations by the board, January 30th, 2018.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item B, pursuant to the board's approval of professional agreement, with Millennium Engineers Group, requesting approval of work authorization number 1 in the amount of $58,038.50 related to the provisions of construction materials services for the new administration facility, contract CACDD 18-011-0206, work authorization 1.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And we are under construction currently right now for our site improvements, bringing sewer and water to the site. Yesterday, our contractor hit our communications line. So we're going to be down communications today, probably tomorrow. We're trying to get some mobile service right now, so hopefully we'll get it back up and running. We're going to get with County IT, Mr. Ramirez, to see if he can help us expedite it. He said 2 days. I'm hoping that he can work with us to get it within a day, so just to notify the board. But hopefully we'll have essential operations and communications through, as I mentioned, Wi-Fi and mobile for today, but hopefully by the end of the business day we'll have it operational again. Item 10, requesting approval to accept bids and award a construction contract to lowest and best bidder meeting all specified requirements for RFP number ACDD 1-18-003-0124, Alamo Lateral and Cesar Chavez Drain Phase 2 improvements, north of Canton Crossing, Alberta Crossing, and Tower Crossing, in the amount of $502,553.50 for the base bid, alternates 1 and alternates 2, to Venture Contractors, LLC, subject to legal approval in compliance with House Bill 1295.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 10B, pursuant to Texas Law Government Code 262031, and in the interest of expediting project's progress, requesting authority/approval for Drainage District General Manager to to execute change orders that involve an increase or decrease in cost of $50,000 or less, and in no event to exceed the change order statutory limits. The original contract price may not be decreased by 18% or more without the consent of the contract.
Approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 11, requesting approval to purchase 3 John Deere 6145M tractors with boom mower from Tiger Corporation through the Dow County Drainage District Number 1 membership participation with Buy Board Award contract number 529-17 in the amount of $526,206, including a 2-year warranty.
So move. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. We do have items.
551, 071, and 072 need a motion to proceed to executive session.
So move.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We're going to be in executive session for a short while. All right, we are back in open session. Mr. Rescind.
Thank you, Judge. Under 13A, real estate acquisition, we will proceed as directed. 13B, pending potential litigation, we'll also proceed as directed.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. This time we're going to be convening our regular meeting of the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court, posted for today, February the 6th, 2018. The entire court being present, we have a quorum. Please join us in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Almighty God, we come together today for the good of the citizens of Hidalgo County. Give us your wisdom as we make decisions that will affect them today and in the years to come. Help us to work well together, recognizing that each of us are here because we want what is best for the county of Hidalgo and its residents. We ask for your blessing and your guidance. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Any concerns with the consent agenda?
No, sir.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Under item 5A, you have a
morning, Judge.
resolution. Go ahead.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners. Julia Benita Sullivan with Public Affairs. Item 5A is a resolution honoring Meldon and Hunt, Inc. as it celebrates its 70th anniversary of doing business in Hidalgo County and in the Rio Grande Valley. We have a resolution that reads, whereas Charles L. Meldon, a Mission, Texas native, began a small engineering and surveying company in 1947, and whereas Raymond C. Hunt, a civil engineer, would join Meldon 10 years later as a partner. And in 1971, Larry L. Smith joined the partnership of Meldon and Hunt, later to become president in 1985. The hallmark achievement for Meldon and Hunt was the design and construction of the master drainage ditch for Hidalgo and Willacy counties. The project began in 1981 and ended in 1992, encompassing an 85-mile channel that collects rainwater from Northwest Mission easterly through the Pachitos structure east of Edinburgh and onto the Laguna Madre. And whereas the master drainage ditch continues to be the backbone of all drainage systems currently operating in those counties and continues to be improved so that it remains strong for generations to come, and whereas in July 1996, Meldon and Hunt moved into their historic Golden Jersey Creamery building, one of the oldest commercial venues in Edinburgh. Now therefore be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court recognizes Meldon and Hunt Inc. for 70 years of business in the field of engineering, surveying, and consulting services in Hidalgo County and in the Rio Grande Valley, dated the 6th day of February 2018.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And here joining us from the company is our two VPs, Kelly Heller-Vela and Alan Boo, who will be saying a few words.
Good morning. Thank you, Julia, Judge, and Commissioners.
Good morning.
We are currently starting our third generation of principals here at Meldon and Hunt. Fred Kurth, our president, unfortunately had to step out. And then, of course, you have Alan and myself this morning, and Mario and Reina and Robert Tamez, who are part of our third generation. We're thankful for the recognition this morning and proud to help serve and accommodate the growth in the communities that we live in and work in, and are looking forward to our next 70 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What happened to Fred?
He was up for 10 o'clock.
Working at 71.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you.
At this time, we're going to move an item out of order. Item 21A, under Precinct 4.
Judge, Commissioners, good morning. My name is Jose Caso. I'm here on behalf of Precinct 4 and Commissioner to provide some very welcome news. We will be having the groundbreaking for the 10th Street project, which, as you're all familiar, is going to construct 10th Street from 107 to Monte Cristo. And Commissioner Palacios created a short clip, and we would like to present it for the court and for the public.
A relentless commitment to constant improvement of roads, public places, and quality of life for Valley citizens led Hidalgo County Precinct 4 Commissioner Joseph Palacios to construct a 2.69-mile addition to 10th Street. This new 5-lane road will create connectivity between University Drive and Monte Cristo Road, increasing property values and generating economic development that will lead to high-paying jobs. Monte Cristo Road will also be the home of Tres Lagos and Texas A&M College Station RGV. This project has a total budget of approximately $16 million, $13 million of which is being paid by state and federal funding, thanks to a partnership created by Commissioner Joseph Palacios, who took lead in this critical project and is committed with the future growth and improvement of our community. Una visión sin límites y el compromiso de mejorar constantemente las calles, parques y la calidad de vida en general de los ciudadanos del Valle llevó al precinto número 4 del Condado de Hidalgo y a su comisionado Joseph Palacios a ampliar la calle 10, agregando 2.69 millas. Esta calle de 5 carriles creará una conexión entre las calles University y Montecristo, incrementando el valor de las propiedades adjuntas y un importante desarrollo económico que creará empleos de calidad. La calle Montecristo será también donde construyan el complejo Tres Lagos y la Universidad Texas A&M College Station RGB. Este proyecto tiene un presupuesto de $16 millones y gracias a una sociedad formada por el comisionado Joseph Palacios, 13 millones serán pagados usando fondos federales y estatales. Proyectos como este muestran un gran compromiso con la sociedad del Valle y aseguran un mejor futuro para futuras generaciones.
Obviously, it's a historic moment for us as your vice chairman of the MPO. This is one of several projects that we have that we've undertaken throughout the entire Hidalgo County. We've got a lot of corridors. This one's significant, obviously, because it's non-existent and will be existent. It's going to be a catalyst to development along our 10th Street corridor. Happy to report it's a non-median corridor. And we've worked alongside with a lot of our partners along the corridor to assure that, we reach this point of a reality of groundbreaking. It did come under budget by $1 million. so significant savings. But we look forward to, we're groundbreaking on Thursday, immediate into construction. It's slated to be open, I believe, in FY 2019, but we're looking forward to going through the construction with them. But we invite you to the groundbreaking ceremony this coming Thursday. We'll have another one slated for Taylor Road, I believe, coming up soon, as well as Ware Road. But we're looking forward to this.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge.
You want to take care of 21B?
Yeah, if we may, we do have a state of the city for City of McAllen. So 21B, Judge, is the approval and acceptance of Commissioner Precinct Number 4, Joseph Palacios, to sign the notice of intent for stormwater discharges associated with the construction activity under TPDES General Permit TXR 150000 from Texas Commission of Environmental Quality, TCEQ.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, we're moving back to item number 6A, our DA's office.
Good morning, Commissioners. Judge Rosalinda Cantu presenting for the District Attorney's Office. We have several grant items that I will be presenting, and Ms. Rosie Martinez will be emphasizing or talking about what some of these grants are for. Item 6A, Hidalgo County Domestic Violence Specialty Prosecutor DVSP Grant Fund 1281. Approval to submit a DVSP grant number 2931303 budget adjustment to the Office of the Governor.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
6B, DA's Office Victims Unit Court Advocate Project Grant Fund 1281. Number 1 is requesting the approval to apply for the FY 2018 Victims Unit Court Advocate Project Grant Fund 1281.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Number 2, requesting the approval of resolution to designate county judge as a grantee's authorized official and to sign documents.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
6C, DA's Office Domestic Violence Unit Grant Fund 1281. Number 1 is requesting approval to apply for the FY 2017 Domestic Violence Unit Grant.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Number 2 is requesting the approval of resolution to designate the county judge as a grantee's authorized official and to sign the documents.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
D is the DA's Office Victim Assistance Program, the VAP Grant Fund 1281. Approval to submit a VAP grant number 2924302 budget adjustment to the Office of the Governor.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Letter E, the DA's Office Border Prosecution Unit Grant Fund 1281. Requesting approval to apply, number 1, requesting approval to apply for the FY 2018-2019 Border Prosecution Unit Grant.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Number 2 is requesting approval of resolution to designate the county judge as a grantee's authorized official and to sign documents.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Letter F is the DA's Office Hidalgo County Domestic Violence Specialty Prosecutor Grant Fund 1281. Number 1 is requesting approval to apply for the FY 2018 Hidalgo County Domestic Violence Specialty Prosecutor Grant.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Number 2 is requesting approval of resolution to designate county judge as the grantee's authorized official and to sign documents.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Ms. Rosie Martinez is the victims director, unit director for the DA's office, and she's here to speak on related to some of these grants that we are applying for.
Good morning, Commissioners, County Judge. First of all, we want to thank you for your continued support of our victims unit, and these new grant applications are new applications that are going to be filed to be able to enhance the victims unit. One of the programs that we're trying to develop is a court advocate program, so that we can have a court advocate per district court that can accompany victims to all those especially children that are victims of crime that need somebody there in the courtroom with them when they have to testify, and also for all the surviving families of homicide victims. We want to be able to have an advocate per court so that we're able to assist them through the whole criminal justice process. So that grant's going to be for that program. And then the other new grant that we're applying for is so that we can enhance the domestic violence unit and have an investigator and another prosecutor that can help us with expediting domestic violence cases and also enhancing safety of victims. Be able to have somebody to help us out with more protective orders, and the specialty investigator that's going to be working with our local law enforcement agencies to be able to assist victims with obtaining emergency protective orders and safety planning and shelter, so that we can, in hopes of possibly saving more lives related to domestic violence. So those are the two programs that we're applying for, and continuing the commitment of our district attorney Ricardo Rodriguez to seek funding and to fund these necessary programs without being a burden to the county. So we thank you for your continued support in everything that we do with the victims unit. Thank you.
Item number 7, our county treasurer.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Alfredo Samarica for County Treasurer Norma G. Garcia. Item 7A, approval to open new interest-bearing bank account with Lone Star National Bank for retainage to be held for contract C 17-027-07-25.
Need a second?
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Judge, I abstain.
We have one abstention, Commissioner Cantu.
I already said.
You ready?
Yes.
Item 8, our Sheriff's Office.
Good morning, Joel Rivera on behalf of Sheriff Eddie Guerra. 8A, authorization and approval to purchase one cell phone line addition through the county's membership participation with the contract DIR TSO 3415 through Verizon Wireless.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
2, authorization and approval to activate the following cell phone line as indicated in the agenda.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
B, requesting authorization to amend the 2016 Equitable Sharing Agreement and Certification Report and authorize the county judge to execute said report.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Constable, Precinct 1.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Martin Blanco on behalf of Constable Cecilio Avila. We only have one item, sir. It's item A1, 63560. Constable Precinct 1, Texas Tropical Behavior Health. Discussion, consideration, and approval to appoint Edgar Eduardo Acevedo as Deputy Constable by Constable Celestino Avila Jr., Constable Precinct 1, in accordance with Texas Local Government Code, Section 86.011.
Move approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good day.
Judge, good morning, Commissioners.
Yes.
Armando Campos on behalf of Constable Cantu. Item 10A, we have number 1, requesting authority to remove 17 handguns from Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 2 fixed asset inventory so as to use as trade-in for the purchase of new weaponry.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item number 2, authority to purchase new weaponry, 19 service handguns to be added to Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 2 fixed asset inventory list, detailed in supporting documentation contained herein, so as to complete the transaction and purchase vendor 6-hour Incorporated, requisition number 364023.
Move for approval.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Judge, Commissioners, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
sir. Item 11, Precinct 3.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Chief Deputy Gonzalez with Precinct 3 Constable's Office. Today we're requesting approval to purchase promotional items under public purpose to include or not to limit to pencils, notebooks, school boxes, activity books, cinch bags, crayons, and badge stickers. These items will be used to inform, educate, and report information to our constituents on the aspects dealing with public safety and education.
Move for approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item 11B, a presentation and discussion of the 2017 Racial Profiling Report as presented by Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 3 Department in accordance with Article 2.134 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedures.
Approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item 12, our tax office.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Santos Castilleja, Motor Vehicle Manager. I have item 12A, discussion and approval to execute an interlocal agreement between the County of Hidalgo and the City of FAR for implementation of scofflaw procedures and processes for vehicle registration denial services. Their previous contract expired and they'd like to continue the services.
Move for approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Next item, Mr. Garrett.
Judge, Commissioners, no action or no discussion under 13A 1 and 2. 13B, asking the court to approve or accept a settlement check from Nationwide Casualty Company in the amount of $12,001.19. This will settle a machinery accident claim with one of our county pieces of equipment, that being a Dynapac roller.
So, second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge.
I pneumatic, I Dynapac the brand.
Item 14, our human resources.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Raul Seguero, Human Resources. Item 14A, Judge, we need first. We're requesting a waiver of the budget amendment policy for personnel-related amendments.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item 14B for the Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff is asking approval of the following personnel actions effective next full pay period. The Sheriff would like to delete clothing allowance for 2 slots, 0120 and 0192, in the amount of $500, and add clothing allowance to 3 slots, slots 061, 0201, and 0142, in the amount of $500, subject to the transfer of an amount needed to because there's 2 deletions and 3 creations between the Sheriff and the Budget Office, subject to funding.
The extra $500?
Yes, sir.
All right. Move for approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Judge, still working at 71.
So is that his birthday today or what?
No, he wants a resolution.
Mr. Seattle, step in grade before you're 72.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Our first item on the agenda is 15A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262.024A4 for professional architectural services.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
15A2 is a presentation of the scoring grid for the purposes of ranking by Commissioners Court of at least 3 professional architectural firms from the county's approved pool as graded and evaluated by the City of Edcouch, the Urban County Program, and the county's purchasing department. The 3 firms that were evaluated are Fulcrum Consulting Services with a grade of 88.33, Alvarado Architects and Associates with a grade of 86, and Ortiz Architecture and Environment LLC with 84.33. Would you like to rank them in that order?
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 3 is the authority to negotiate a professional engineering service contract with the number one ranked firm, Fulcrum Consulting Services, for the City of Ed Couch Parks and Recreational Facility project.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries.
Item 15B is requesting approval of amendment number 1 of a professional engineering service contract with Robert Kistner Consultants for the Delta Area Connector East Lateral Phase 1 and 3 projects. The amendment will increase the contract amount of $19,220.29 by $5,402.88 for a total amount of $24,624.17. We have received the 1295 form.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 15C is consideration and approval of a construction contract change order for the General Land Office, contract number 12-406, 0006453 for the Delta Area Connector East Lateral Phase 1 and 3. The change order will increase the current construction contract with Science Brothers Construction in the amount of $133,864.88.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item C2 is consideration and approval to authorize the county judge to sign any and all documents associated with the change orders and or amendments pertaining to the General Land Office contract amount as noted.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
We're getting close to completing this project, so I'll be very happy when we finish. Item D is subject to House Bill 1295 compliance, requesting authority to purchase playground equipment through the county's membership participation with by board's awarded vendor. The Playwell Group Incorporated, contract number 512-16 in the amount of $5,851.14, and this will be for the City of Ed Couch Parks and Recreational line item.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 16, our IT department.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners. Quick item. Item 16A, requesting approval or clarification and correction of agenda item 62845, approved by the court on 12/12/17 to reflect the actual amount of 3 data cards as opposed to 1.
So
Seeking approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
You have a great day.
Item 17, our health department.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners. Today is a wonderful day, sir. Let me tell you why. No, because let me tell you, I'm so proud of our team, sir. Today I'm here before you to bring up something that very few health departments and agencies across the state or even the nation have done. Now, this has been a project. Let me read the item to you, sir. It's item 17A. Discussion and recognition acknowledging Hidalgo County Health and Human Services Public Health Preparedness and Response Team for the successful completion and submission and receipt of the recognition status from the National Association of County and City Health Officials, NACHO, for the Project Health Ready Public Health Ready. This is a national recognition. Basically, it's an accreditation at a national level that our health department and our preparedness team is ready to deal with pretty much any level of public health crisis in partnership with our local emergency management teams, with Chief Saldana and all the other teams. This project took over a year to complete. It's a very, very difficult project to get. There's only 5 other entities in Texas that have it. And nationwide, there's only 500 across the nation. And when you sit down and think about how many counties and cities there is across the nation that could qualify for this, I'd like to call forward the team that did this. And I'd like to call forward Ms. Evangelina Rubio, Mr. David Leal, Mr. Steven Ojosa, Ms. Linda Wasserman, Ms. Sandra Garza, and Ms. Crystal Carvera to come forward. And this is the team, sir, that put this project together. And a little bit, we go forward and we'll take photos. But Eva is the team leader. This team took, well over 2,000 hours in completion of this project. It goes through a national review and accreditation review. People from other states actually reviewed our proposal. This is not a grant requirement. It's not required in our grant. But by you getting this, makes it almost 100% sure that you meet everything in your grant. Because in other words, it goes beyond what the state requires. This is a national requirement. So with your permission, sir, I'd like for you to take action in recognition of this excellent team that did a fantastic job to get this recognition. And sir, once you pass that, I'd like to call him forward, give him a certificate, and I'm going to take a photo if it's possible, sir.
Of course.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
I'd like to call forward Ivanino Rubio. Rubio, thank you for your walk up front over there. Mr. David Young, thank you.
Congratulations.
Stephen Hosta, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Garza, thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Crystal, thank you. Congratulations. Sir, this team, sir, I cannot tell you how important this accreditation is. I mean, not even the major cities have it. So it's a big deal. It really is. How do you want us, three on that side and three on this side. Yeah, there you go.
Certificates up or down?
Hi, Ms. Martin.
We good there, Oliver?
Very good. Give me a second. 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, we have one more, please? Yeah.
There you go. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, and 3.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations again. Thank you for what you're
Thank you. This is significant, sir. I mean, it really is. So, hopefully that it's a 5-year program. It's a 5-year recognition, and it's a really a major accomplishment. So, thank you for that item. Item 17B, sir. Requesting approval to pay for out-of-county travel and other out-of-county expenses for 1115 waiver consultant Kevin Nolte from Nolte Consulting LLC as per consulting service contract. Travel for the RHP5 Learning Collaborative meeting on March 8, 2018. The expenditure is estimated to be about $600.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Sir, item C and item D, there is no action there unless you have any questions in those areas. Okay, thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, Eddie. Item 18, our elections office.
Hi, good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Hilda Salinas, Elections Analyst with the Hidalgo County Elections Department. I'm here on the behalf of Ms. Yvonne Ramon, Elections Administrator. She's currently conducting training for our poll workers right now, so I'm taking her place. Item A is discussion, consideration, and action, but not limited to election updates. Yesterday was the last day to register to vote for the March primaries, and we had quite a bit of activity. And people were stopping by our office and register, make any updates, any changes to their voter registration. And because of the traffic and activity, we decided to extend our hours, so we were open until 6 o'clock to give our residents the opportunity to stop by and make any changes or register to vote for the March primary. As of today, we have 349 registered voters in Hidalgo County. That's back in February 2016, we have, I'm sorry. It's 349,229. Compared to February 2016, we had 316,171, which is an increase of 33,000 registered voters, yes.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. I'm sorry?
If we could figure out how to get half of them to vote.
Right. Everybody needs to get out and vote. Also, we just wanted to remind our voters that early voting begins February 20th and will run through March 2nd. Election day is March 6th.
What about the locate that you and the party chair for the Democratic Party come up with all those locations?
Yes, they're currently, we're almost done securing all of them, including the mobile units and Election Day. So once that's completed, what it is that, well, they're already secured, but we're waiting for them to respond with a request to use their locations. So as soon as that's finalized, we'll go ahead and let you all know, of course, and be posting them on our media pages as well as our website to notify all the community.
Thank you.
That's all we have for our updates. Any other questions? No? Okay. Well, item B, discussion, consideration, and approval of addition to the early voting polling locations to the March 6, 2018 primary. Right now, what I'm going to do is, maybe Ivana, if you could go ahead and pass this down. It's just an addition, which is a Faith Baptist Church. Thank you. Located at 4301 North Sherry Road in Palmhurst, Texas. We just need the approval of that addition.
Approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
And that's
Thank
it
you.
for right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item 19, Precinct 1.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. 19A, approval of resolutions of support and financial commitments for the following multifamily rental housing development projects by applicants seeking competitive 9% housing tax credits to satisfy the requirements set forth by the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. List of projects being considered: Avanti at Sienna Palms Legacy, Avanti at Westgate Legacy, Midway North Village, Midway North Senior Village, and Midway Villas.
Approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And Commissioners, Judge, for the record, the court has taken action, and so we will address any in-kind and or financial support.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning.
Victor Gallardo with Precinct 3. Item 20A, requesting approval to submit the Economically Disadvantaged Counties Program Information Sheet and the affidavit for the FM 676 from SH 107 to Taylor Road, CSJ 1064-01-027, with the authority for the county judge to sign all required documentation.
So move rule. Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
20B, number one, requesting approval of the agreement to contribute right-of-way funds between Hidalgo County and Texas Department of Transportation for the right-of-way acquisition from FM 494 from FM 1924 to Mile 5, with the authority for the county judge to sign all required documentation.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
B2, approval to issue check payable to Texas Department of Transportation in the amount of $8,706.60 for the county share of right-of-way acquisition for the FM 494 project, with authority for the county treasurer to issue check after review, audit, and processing procedures are completed by the county auditor.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Item 22, purchasing.
Yes, Martha Salazar, Purchasing Department, 22A for Hidalgo County. We are talking 22A1, a recommendation from contracted architect, including insurance consultant and program manager, in connection with the design and construction of a new Hidalgo County Courthouse, HDR Incorporated, for approval to waive the required pollution coverage and umbrella liability coverage for Building Cost Consultants Incorporated, DBA, Say, I guess, Farms, and Say Construction. This is the same information that was given before. These are subcontractors whose work is not going to be affected with this waiver.
So move.
Second. Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
B is recommendation from contracted architect and program manager, and subject to legal review in connection with the design and construction of a new courthouse. Approval of Lurch Bates Incorporated, and subject to an equivalent form of CG 2010-1001 to meet and comply with Hidalgo County's insurance requirements. This is to substitute for the Accord form.
Move for approval.
Second. Has Mr. Comiskey already looked into this?
That's what I was going to ask.
No.
Oh, sorry. Michael, Leo, yes, we reached out to Comiskey and Payton, and I think their recommendation right now is to wait.
Yeah.
So we can ask no action.
Sorry.
You need to withdraw your motion.
I'll withdraw.
I'm glad he was here. No action then.
Was that sufficient, Steve?
As long as you withdraw the motion.
I withdrew the motion.
Who made the second? You did, no?
I withdraw. If I made it, I withdraw it.
Yeah.
All right. No action will be taken on that item.
All right, going on to B1, Precinct 1. A is requesting exemption, 262-024A4, professional services in the following disciplines. First, I need the exemption.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
B is presentation of the scoring grid of the firms graded and evaluated for the purposes of ranking. These are for professional engineering firms. Alpha Infrastructure at 96, Gonzalez de la Garza at 93, Perez Consulting at 95. Does the court wish to rank them in the order of their scores?
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Then authority for purchasing to commence to negotiate with the number one ranked firm of Alpha Infrastructure.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
D is presentation of the scoring grid for the purposes of ranking by Commissioners Court, and this is for the engineering services discipline of geotechnical and construction materials testing. There's professional engineering, geotech, CMT firms. These are Earth Company LLC at 97, Fulcrum at 96, and Terracon at 95. Does the court wish to rank them in the order of those scores?
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item E is authority for purchasing to commence negotiations for this professional engineering services agreement for geotechnical and materials testing with the number one ranked firm of Earth Company LLC.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item 2 for precinct 2, next item B for precinct 2 is requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 2 for services under work authorization 1, contract number 300 for LNG Consulting, DBA LNG Engineering, resulting in an estimated cost increase of $54,397.32 for the Cesar Chavez Road project.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item B is pursuant to contract with LNG, Article 14, a request for approval by engineer to permit the subcontracting of C&M Associates Incorporated for traffic analysis required for Cesar Chavez.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item D1, Precinct 3, approval to exercise the county's option to extend for additional one-year term under contract number 260 with Emergency Ambulance Services located in Precinct 3 with Hidalgo County Emergency Services Foundation, DBA Hidalgo County EMS, under the same rates, terms, and conditions.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Sure. On which one? The last one? Okay. Under item 4, acceptance and approval of change order 1 due to the county's desire to use additional material reinforced concrete pipes with an increase of $127,115, revising the estimated total of $9,269,455 in connection with contract number 218 with Texas Cordia Construction, LLC, and as reviewed and recommended by project engineer LNG for project-specific 10th Street extension from FM 107 to FM 1925, Monte Cristo Road, and I believe Mr. Caso has a comment before you take the vote.
Just for your information, this is a change order that we've been working with on TxDOT to make the road more robust and have a longer life. We're going to put concrete pipes instead of other less durable materials, and TxDOT will be paying 100% of the new monies as well as of the total amount of the $9,269,000.
Move for aye.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item F, tax office, presentation of responsible vendor, Peregrine.
What about E2?
E2.
Oh, I'm so sorry. 2, Precinct 4, approval of certificate of substantial completion reflecting the date of January 29, 2018 for items under contract number 067 between Hidalgo County and Synergy Builders of South Texas for the recovery and motor pool improvements project.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
The tax office is presentation of the responsible vendor, Peregrine Services Incorporated, submitting the lowest and best bid. And this is for the printing and mailing of the 2018, 2019, and 2020 tax statements and envelopes through project number 006.
Move for approval. Second.
Those in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Item G1, Sheriff's Office, requesting approval to rescind action taken by Commissioners Court on December 5th, 2017, as vendor Hobart will not accept Hidalgo County's approved form of agreement for the bid awarded.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
B is requesting approval and authority to exercise the county's option to extend the 60-day grace period as provided under the current agreement with Greenwich Incorporated DBA Commercial Kitchen Parts and Services for the kitchen equipment, so as to have no lapse in services through May 2nd of 18, so that we can complete the rebidding process.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item H1, and I believe subject to, Mr. Crane has not received any, you haven't received any?
Last check. Nothing yet.
Okay. Under Health and Human Services, 1A, requesting approval and authorization to rescind action taken by Commissioners Court on January 16th, the awarded vendor, Doctors Hospital at Renaissance, due to noncompliance of required insurance. And this is in the area of workers' comp.
Nobody turned in their paperwork?
Well, they went, at the time of executing the document, they proposed to substitute an accident insurance that they have. This will not cover us under the workers' comp, and this really deals with their people coming onto all our clinic properties to pick up lab specimens. And so we had a conference call with them yesterday. They understand what needs to take place. And of course, with this rescission, we're going to re-advertise, and they are perfectly, able to participate in the bid process again. They were going to try and get something done by this morning. Mr. Crane even offered them his cell number. It was going to be very difficult for them to comply by this morning.
So why does it make more sense to re-advertise the project and extend, 30, 60 days as opposed to just waiting for the insurance? Like, why does that process need to be rescinded and then
because there's going to be, as we understand it, their participation may include a vendor that was never part of the original bid submitted. So we couldn't accept it. It wasn't offered by the hospital itself under its name. We will have coverage, though, through the end of March under our current vendor. There will be no lapse in services. They understand the situation, that they will be up against other vendors that will also want to participate.
In this particular case, do we have a lapse or some exposure of any kind?
No. Our current vendor is on until March 30th, which gives us enough time to start advertising this Saturday. With the action on item on B. So I do need A, acted upon.
You have a motion and second on that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. All right.
There's a second.
Those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
B is requesting approval and authority to re-advertise this project with modifications to the specifications and request for bids. Project number Laboratory Services for Health and Human Services, and this is for the Health Department.
Approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 23, the open forum. Does anyone sign up?
Yes, sir, we do have one participant that's further clarity. I will remind everybody in the audience to please respect the speaker's time. There's 3-minute time limit. I will answer there's 1 minute.
Well, I had a couple of questions, and most of them were answered today. One was on 9A, talking about the constable. And what I want to know also is, since we have Precinct 5, y'all voted to put it back up, are you getting back the vehicles that were spread out throughout the county to the other constables and the employees, the deputies and things that were given out? Because to me, Precinct 1 now is smaller and doing less work, so why do they need as many as they had? Because they're a smaller area. And then you did answer my question, thank goodness, on the hospital, that it is going to go out for a rebid, which we like. And then my third thing is nepotism. I wish that y'all would look at that. I think y'all need to possibly read that every time before you come to one of the meetings. We get so many phone calls as to why we didn't say anything or what's happening. Y'all always use the word transparency. I hate that word, because transparency, y'all are not. And my thing is, just tell the truth. I want this person, whatever, it's my choice. But don't say transparency. Just, it's unbelievable. And the people are watching. This is not me. I mean, phone calls. I was even thinking the paper, it said, why didn't you, Al, say something? We're just up to here with all of y'all with the nepotism. Y'all think it's perfectly okay. I don't understand. And then my other question is, I know Commissioner's Court, and I do thank y'all for starting a little bit earlier today, that we're supposed to start at 9:30, and I know that our ruling for the public is we can't sign up after 9:30 if we come in late or something. If y'all don't start till 10:30, which was at the last meeting or so, why is the public not able to sign up if they come rushing in a little late? So we would like to have a little bit of what y'all have as far as having a little more time to sign up. It's only fair. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Judge, Commissioners, unless, Mr. Crane, unless there's a need to go into executive session, I'm going to recommend no closed session and go straight to open session.
I'm not aware of anything.
Okay. Then under open session, item 26A, real estate acquisition appropriation for rescind, no action to be taken. 26B, pending and or potential litigation, no action to be taken. 26C, claim of Erasmo Marta Elia Garcia. Judge, Commissioners, this is a claim we are working with our carrier. We are getting assistance from the Civil Litigation District Attorney's Office, and so I'd like just to put on the record that the claim of Erasmo and Marta Elia Garcia is being facilitated by Ms. Josephine Ramirez's office. And so just out of abundance of caution, if we could just have action to acknowledge that they are assigned to this claim.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And 26D, Clean Products LLC et al. Versus International Paper et al. Data LTD. Judge, Commissioners, last week I asked the court to take action with respect to a class action suit settlement that had been reached that included the county. There was a small dollar amount, I believe it was $19,000 and some change for the county. Thereafter, when we filled out the paperwork and talked to the court, it was told to us that government was excluded from that settlement, and so I just want to disclose that with respect to Clean Products LLC versus International Paper Company, we did not submit the paperwork as government in general entities. Governmental entities are excluded from the class action suit and settlement of any proceeds thereafter. So there's nothing, just nothing for the court to do, just to disclose that we didn't do anything with respect to the paperwork. Okay. There's no need for item 2728, and prior to adjournment, Judge, Commissioners, we will not be having Commissioners Court next week. We will, our next court session then, Monica? The 20th of February. So no court next week, and then the following week on the 20th we do have court.
Shucks. Motion to adjourn.
Second. Those in favor say aye. 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 Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.